Hello, this is a reading from the Green Book by Gaddafi, and this is part one, the solution to the problem of democracy. And we're gonna read chapter 3 on the party system. So, yeah, it is, as far as democracy and government and rulership is concerned, this is the most eye-opening passage. The party. The party is a contemporary form of dictatorship. It is the modern instrument of dictatorial government. The party is the rule of superficial democracy, or the party is the rule of a part over the whole. As a party is not an individual, it creates a superficial democracy by establishing assemblies, committees, propaganda through its members. The party is not a democratic instrument because it is composed only of those people who have common interests, a common perception, or a shared culture, or those who belong to the same region or share the same belief. They form a party to achieve their ends, impose their will, or extend the dominion of their beliefs, values, and interests to the party as a whole. A party's aim is to achieve power under the pretext of carrying out its program. Democratically, none of these parties should govern a whole people who constitute a diversity of interests, ideas, temperaments, regions, and beliefs. The party is a dictatorial instrument of government that enables those with common outlooks or interests to rule the people as a whole. Within the community, the party represents a minority. And I'm not going to read the whole chapter because we're already at 3 minutes and I just want to keep this video as short as possible. I want to just read the highlights, such as this one. The existence of many parties intensifies the struggle for power, and this results in the neglect of any achievements for the people and of any socially beneficial plans. Such actions are presented as a justification to undermine the position of the ruling party so that an opposing party can replace it. The parties very seldom resort to arms in their struggle, but rather denounce and denigrate the actions of each other. This is a battle which is inevitably waged at the expense of the higher vital interests of the society. Some, if not all of those higher interests, will fall prey to the struggle for power between instruments of government, for the destruction of those instruments supports the opposition in their argument against the ruling party or parties. In order to rule, the opposition party has to defeat the existing instruments of government. To do so, the opposition must minimize the government's achievements and cast doubt on its plans, even though those plans may be beneficial to the society. Consequently, the interests and programs of the society become the victims of the party's struggle for power. Such struggle is therefore politically, socially, and economically destructive to the society, despite the fact that it creates political activity. Thus, the struggle results in the victory of another instrument of government, the fall of one party and the rise of another. It is in fact a defeat for the people, a defeat for democracy. Furthermore, parties can be bribed and corrupted either from inside or outside. So I'm going to stop there for today. And I want you to read my notes as well. A monarchy of one replaced by a monarchy of many. The king is dead. Long live the king. What I'm saying is, even just from these first 2 pages of this chapter, which is like basically half this chapter since it's 4 pages, I'm learning that it's basically a farce, that representative democracy is basically a monarchy, except that instead of a monarchy of one, that monarchy is replaced by a monarchy of the many. In what you read here, the parties denigrating each other is a form of narrative warfare. In some ways, it's similar to how in the past kings would play chess or go with each other instead of going to war that would have bloodshed. So remember that there is no actual physical warfare here, but all of this is backed by armies, by the police, by weapons. Those are actually not far behind. The physical violence is not far behind. It's all right there. So keep that in mind as well, that not only is it a dictatorship, the party system is basically warfare against the people. All right, thanks for watching.